want to give I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Ha, Rakah Kodash, double honors unto our apostle elders, which rule great millstone wow, and shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. May you endure until the end. Shalom, Wah, Ba, Ba, Ba. So this is from Joe Rogan clips. All right, JRE clips, which I'm going to share it. It'll be on my post page. All right. And it's titled The Worst Case Scenario for AI, which really they're talking about us. And they're saying the new song that we're singing, they're talking in code. All right. Like a prisoner would talk with a kite to another prisoner. And they're talking about the elect singing the new song. And that it was poetry. It's poetry that they can't understand. Okay, but they're looking into what we're saying as poetry, and they're talking about it, and they're trying to say that AI is the one that's developing this new song. All right, which Esau is a carnal-minded man, and he can't understand the spiritual phenomenon of us waking up together as Israelites, being moved by the Holy Spirit in Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, by the spirit of prophecy, condemning Esau Edom. But he's talking about being tormented at night, thinking about it, which I've been pointing out through the spirit, because this is what the scriptures say. These heathen are being tormented. As we're receiving dreams of salvation, they're receiving nightmares. All right. Now I'm going to let it play, but I'll share the video on my post.
It's super intelligence. Once it comes into existence, it will punish you really hard for it. And the punishment needs to be so bad that you start to help just to avoid that.
See, which I believe he said the punishment that the super intelligence, the elect of Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, which our God is a God of knowledge. We have an unction through the Holy Spirit to know all things as we wait for Yahweh Shai's return, that the punishment that we're going to enforce on the Edomite is going to be so bad that the Edomites are going to be willing to cause hell on earth trying to avoid that judgment.
My thought about it was that it would just completely render us benign, that it wouldn't be fearful of us if we had no control, that it would just sort of let us exist, and it would be the dominant force on the planet, and then it would stop. It would, if human beings have no control over, all the...
Which this is Romans 9, all right? It was prophesied that they would say this because the Lord's in control of all men. It says in Romans 9, verse 19, thou wilt say then unto me, why doth he yet find fault? For who hath resisted his will? Nay, no, but O man, who art thou that replieth against our God, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai? Shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus? Had not the potter power over the clay of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor the Israelites, and another unto dishonor? What if our power, willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endured with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction, which are these Edomites? This is why they're having nightmares. Just like we're waking up to being the Israelite, which is going to receive salvation, you got these Edomites waking up to going into destruction and slavery, and then eventually extinction. And they're losing sleep over it. And look, They're using the image that we have for the signs. I know us personally, we have that image from the movie Judgment Day, Terminator, where Sarah Connor has a vision of that nuclear destruction. That's supposed to be Sarah Connor, which was a vision given to one of those heathen of their destruction. And that's why Sarah Connor, when she wakes up, the flesh wrote no fate. Fate meaning God's plans. All right. So they're intentionally trying to go against the Lord's will, knowing that they're gonna go into judgment. All right. Their kingdom is gonna be destroyed. It's gonna go into perdition. They're gonna be enslaved for 1,000 years, and they're gonna be made extinct because they're never gonna eventually ever submit. They're always gonna be rebellious. So they're going to be made extinct. But the other nations, they're going to be reserved as tributaries to the Israelites. And it's going to be their pleasure to serve us because they're going to be able to multiply and increase. But we're going to get the cream of the crop.
The different things that we have control over now, like international politics, control over communication. If we have none of that anymore and we're reduced to a subsistence lifestyle, then we would be no threat.
It is a possibility. I cannot say this will not happen for sure, but look at our relationship with animals.
See? So they're trying to count the cost. All right? They know they're going to go into slavery, and they're examining how bad it's going to be. And just like he said, they're going to cause hell on earth because they're going to go into a much horrible hell being our slave. And that's why the rich man, when he asked Lazarus for a drop of water off the tip of his finger, it's not for thirst, it's for mercy in slavery under us. That's the hell that he woke up to, being a slave under us. All right, they're going to be slaves for 1,000 years and then made extinct.
We don't care about them. So ants, if you decide to build a house and there is an ant colony on that property, you genocide them.
Right.
You take them out, not because you hate ants.
See? So they understand that Esau is going to be made extinct. Just like he said, someone build a house and there's an ant hill there. Get rid of every one of those ants. I don't want one of them there. And that's what's going to happen to Esau.
But because you just need that real estate. And it could be very similar. I cannot predict what it can do, but if it needs to turn the planet into fuel, raise temperature of a planet, cool it down for servers, whatever it needs to do, it wouldn't be concerned about your well-being.
It wouldn't be concerned.
See, and it's talking about the Almighty Yahweh's power, which he's going to send his son Yahushua in that glory, and he's going to turn the world into an oven, Malachi 4, and it prophesies of what they call a nuclear winter. It's going to block out the sun and the moon. But the elect, we're going to be delivered. We're going to be up in the heavens looking down through the ozone layer, the sea of glass, watching this judgment play out. But with that, I give all praise and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham Ha Rakah Kodash, double honors unto our apostle elders, which rule Great Millstone Wow, and Shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel, Wa Abba Ball.